What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Wednesday. Yes, it is January the 27th, 2021. Today is Wednesday, January the 27th, 2021. How are you today? How's everyone out there? Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Pastor Alex. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Hopefully you're staying somewhat warm in this winter. Good morning, Tracy and Kim and Stephanie. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Today is Wednesday workshop. Good morning, Antoinette, Pastor Antoinette. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Good morning, y'all. What's up, people? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Philip. Good morning, Kenya and Karen. Good morning to everyone. Y'all rolling on up in here on a Wednesday on Hump Day. Good morning, Latrice. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. Good morning. Yep, that's right, Kenya. Hump Day. Hump Day. You love the top? Thank you. First of all, thank you. I found this somewhere, right? You can find those little spaces. Just pick it up. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning. And it's too bad that we can't go out or anything, because I was like, this would really look good if I had some over the knee caramel or grayish brown boot. Yep, I could slay it. I could slay it. But thank you. Good morning. I saw some other names go up, so good morning. And please remember, good morning, Adrian. Please remember, if I miss your name going up, it's not personal. I just didn't see it. And when I start going through the news, I really don't see you coming in. So just know, I still am appreciative and I'm grateful that you're here. Good morning, Hester. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Regina. What's up, girl? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all, you ready for the news? Good morning, Lori. All right, look, y'all, I told y'all what my daughter said. She said, Mom, you got to step it up. Good morning, Dr. Jeffrey Dennis. My daughter said, Mom, you got to step it up now. You've been doing this for over 150 episodes. She goes, so you can reserve your sweatshirts for Friday. She goes, and if you have something that's really popping another time, you can do that. She said, but you got to step it up. So I'm stepping it up. Did y'all see her on Facebook yesterday? My daughter rode up on Facebook yesterday talking about I'm casually stopping by with the cutest picture. So if y'all looking for her, she is out there. You said that blue? Hey, I'm trying. Y'all leave me alone. All right, y'all. Good morning, Oscar. Good morning. All right, y'all. Many of y'all were asking questions about the filibuster. So I had to go back into my college. I'm 55. I had to go back and pull out some papers. I literally went through boxes looking for papers so that we can talk about filibuster. So it's coming. It's coming a little bit after I give some little news. Yeah, you saw Dominic. I saw you on there, Kenya. She responded back to you, girl. Thank you, Kim Hill. Thank you. Y'all can tell I love my daughter. I love my son too. We will cut up. Good morning, Demia. Yeah, she did come through. Demia, she did come through. Talking about I'm casually stopping by to say hello or whatever she said. I was like, girl, who you teasing out there? What's going on for real? So anyway, good morning, Judy. Good morning. All right, y'all. So I'm going to give y'all some news. And since so many of you were asking about a filibuster, that's going to be our Wednesday workshop. Y'all had me going back. I wrote a paper, y'all. Yeah, I really love this. I wrote a paper on filibuster in college and got like 110%. And I was trying to figure out why was 110%. So, you can't really read professors' writing. And I remember the woman. I liked her as a professor too. And she said something. And then at the bottom of her thing, she said, you should really run for office. Y'all, that was like 1985 maybe. And I'm thinking, wow, she was speaking that, but I'm not running for anything. I'd rather do what I'm doing on this end. That's what I want to do. All right, y'all, in the news, Variety is reporting that the two CBS top local TV executives were placed on administrative leave. That's what's happening. Monday night, after the Los Angeles Times raised issues about their conduct over a weekend of a two-part report that examined their treatment of women and people of color, specific TV stations, among other allegations. Y'all know, good morning to my brother. That's my biological brother. Y'all, I will stop in the middle of a sentence and say good morning to him. Many of you know he shouldn't be here right now. So I will pause. I will pause and say good morning to my brother. He really should not be here right now, but he is, praise God. So I want to say that. So it's Peter Dunn and David Friend. Peter Dunn is a president and David Friend is a senior vice president. But let me say this. I am so over there being something with women and women of color. Be done already. WeAreTheBomb.com. We are the bomb. Stop being threatened by us. Stop being intimidated by us and embrace us. Let us do what we do. Stop trying to discriminate against us or sexually harass us or whatever you want to say. Stop it. We're done with it already. We're really done with it. You utilize our gifts and our skills to bring you business instead of trying to demean us or shame us or make us like unworthy. We are worthy of what it is that we do. I mean, truth be told, CBS, you should be hiring me to do one of your television segments. Yep. You probably get some more viewers if you would just go ahead and click the hire button. That's just station identification. Just side note, I thought I'd put in there. All right, y'all gotta be fair and balanced. I gotta be fair and balanced. So, yep, I call him President Joe Biden, but I have to be fair and balanced. All right, y'all, he specifically named the George Floyd protests as a driving force behind the need for change. He signed 4 executive actions on yesterday, really aimed at tackling discriminatory housing, prison reform, and more. However, Joe, you stop short of dealing with and addressing police reform and police accountability. Come on now, Joe. Come on. Now, don't just stop. We know your past. We know the things you did in the 80s. We know the bills that you signed and put on the floor back there. But you've grown. You have wisdom now, and you're coming around. So if you're going to sign executive orders now, go all the way. Don't just make it sound good and make us feel good, because there's those of us who are reading these things, and you stop short, brother. You stop short. Now, I'm going to give you some grace. You just in there a week as of today. Not quite yet a week, because noon hasn't rolled around here yet. But now, come on. You talk these things. Now you got to come out with it. So I just thought I would share this. The other thing is President Biden had his first phone call with Putin, President Putin, and discussed how their teams will work on a 5-year extension of their last remaining major nuclear weapons agreement. So that happened. And we're talking about humanitarian, renewing that aid and support. So, yet President Biden is restarting the U.S. relationship with the Palestinians. So that's good. All right, y'all. The Hill is reporting that the Senate voted yesterday to declare the upcoming impeachment trial of that last person constitutional by a 55-45 vote. However, only 5 GOP senators, Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, Ben Sasse, Susan Collins, and Pat Toomey are the only ones who want to see the man impeached. Now, I don't know what they know, but I know what I've read, what I've seen. He started destruction, and it happened on the U.S. Capitol. People died. Many people were injured. No, you shouldn't get off that easy. So, y'all, this is why I say we need to start now looking at these seats, putting people up. As Rob Portman is coming out in Ohio, already we got Nina Turner talking about it. I think we have Sykes talking about it. We have other people talking about it. We need to do our homework now. We need to make sure, because in a minute here, and y'all know Jim Jordan in Ohio, y'all know Jim Jordan all over the place. He's trying to go for that seat. Oh, no, buddy. We need you in jail. That's where we need you, because of the things you did at the Ohio State University and the athletes there. So we really need you in jail. We need to hold you accountable for that. But yet you want to run for a different seat. See, y'all, we need to do our homework. We really need to do our homework. And I know you're probably like, oh, come on, we just gone through a general election. Okay, that's fine. But But politics, there's ongoing. It never stops. Life is political. The Bible, there are politics in the Bible. So it's an everyday thing. It's a part of your everyday life. So we need to start looking at it and hearing, and not just sound bites, y'all. Not just sound bites. Because they're going to let him get off on that? Are you serious? That which means he will be able to run again. If he is convicted, he can never run again. So they need to look at the big picture, not the small picture. So that is happening. That is happening. In other news, y'all, the 2021 Boston Marathon will be held on October the 11th. Remember, the one for 2020 was canceled due to COVID-19. So that's happening. Y'all, Florida submits bid for the 2021 Summer Olympics if Tokyo is unable to host due to the pandemic. That's happening. Y'all, Twitter, I'm starting to worry about Twitter. Twitter is now archiving the different tweets, and they are opening it up for academic researchers for free to see the dynamics, the social dynamics. So that's happening. Y'all, here's a stock opportunity. Shares of video game retailer GameStop surged 92%. Hello, somebody. 92%. 92%. They surge 92%. That's almost 100% return. So 92%. So if you are in the games, if your children are in the games, whatever with games, hey, that may be something you want to look at for stock. Starbucks is back in the news. They are seeing lower revenues, and they are considering closing some Starbucks. Hello. They're saying that the sales keep dropping by 5% each quarter, which is not looking good for them at all. And they're saying it's the pandemic and people just aren't coming anymore because they're not going to work. Whatever. Good morning, Charles. Y'all, judge bars Biden's order, say that real fast, suspending most deportations for 100 days after Texas legal challenge. So that's happening. Y'all, Texas, come on now. They're challenging everything. So they kind of put a halt on that, but hey, it is what it is. Something happened yesterday in Brooklyn, and a fiber was cut, which caused widespread internet outages yesterday. So that happened. All right, y'all, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention called for schools to begin returning students back to the classroom. So that happened. All right, let's talk about this filibuster. Let's talk about that. Before I go to the filibuster, this is Wednesday workshop day. So we all working on this. Yeah, this is the paper I submitted. This is Wednesday workshop. So listen. I need you all, I'm asking you all to post in the thread. What is it about filibuster you do not understand? So I want you to go ahead and post it. I'm going to give a few moments for you to post it. Go ahead and post. We work together here. We work together. We are a family. We are a community. What is it that you do not understand? It's going to keep $5 for coffee. Peggy, you are hilarious. All right, y'all. I don't see y'all putting anything in there. Or maybe I'm just not seeing it on my end. But what is it that you do not understand when it comes to filibuster? As you're doing that, let me give you these coronavirus numbers. This is in the U.S. 26,008,789. What is it? Why does it exist? These are the confirmed cases. 26,008,789. I don't understand anything about filibuster. Not sure what it is. Okay. Deaths, 435,387. When is it a good thing? What is it exactly? All right. Confirmed cases, 26,008,789. Deaths, 435,387. I'm liking y'all's questions. Recovered, 15,763,628. Recovered, 15,763,628. All right, so those are our numbers. Confirmed cases, 26,008,789. Deaths, 435,387. Recovered, 15,763,628. All right, so let's get to the filibusters. And I'm seeing all of these questions, so I think I have all of your answers. Some of it I will quote just like I did in my paper, links and information that where I found it. Well, it wasn't links back then, but my references. How about that? I'm really dating myself. All right, y'all, let's start here. Because many of you, I believe, will remember this. In September 2013, Senator Ted Cruz took to the floor to filibuster President Barack Obama's health care law. And he filibustered that by doing a long speech. He's one of the longest, a long speech talking about green eggs and ham. That was Dr. Seuss. He kept reading that for 21, I'll tell you the total hours, 21 hours is how long Ted Cruz was on the floor reading green eggs and ham. Now, once you start a filibuster, you can't leave. So let me tell you why people do a filibuster. It is designed, and it has been very effective. It is designed to stop and to block anything going forward on the floor of the Senate. Now, believe it or not, this has been going on way before 1850. Year 1850. This has been going on for years, since 1850. So that's how long it's been in existence, okay? So, well, it's been even before 1850. Some references, I believe, was like 1830 is when the conversation started, and it could even be dated back before then. But it's been out here for a long time, so this is not new. This is not new. So, although Ted Cruz, you know, he shut stuff down to a certain degree, but there was still work going on. A true filibuster says no work is going on. Nothing. Everything comes to a halt. So Ted Cruz was somewhat successful, but not really, because there were enough senators in the GOP who were going to vote. And remember, that's when John McCain came out. Senator John McCain, late Senator John McCain, came out and he did the thumbs down. So he went with the other side to pass that health care law. The bill which became a law. Let's say it right. The bill which became a law. So you block. It's designed to block anything that's on the floor, okay? And it's very effective. It's very effective. So, and the whole thing is they want to shut down a bill completely. They want to shut it down. All right, y'all. In 1917, this is a little history lesson, y'all. So if y'all got children, bring them on to listen. In 1917, senators adopted a Rule 22. You're probably saying, what the heck is a Rule 22? Rule 20, and this is deep, y'all. This is deep. I love this stuff. I love it. I need to stop saying stuff. Every time I say stuff, I think of The Devil Wears Prada, where the assistant comes in and she has on that turquoise sweater and she says something about the belt. She goes, well, it's just stuff. And then I can't remember her name, but the star of the show, Glenn Close, whatever her name is in the thing, she came out and said, stuff? Stuff? You talking about stuff? That sweater went to a dumpster. That's stuff. And today you're wearing it. Side note. But anyway, so I need to stop calling it stuff. But I love politics. I love law. I love understanding these rules. So in 1917, senators adopted Rule 22. So what is Rule 22? Well, it's made so that, Meryl Streep, thank you. I said Glenn Close. Meryl Streep, thank y'all. Thank y'all for correcting me. That's my girl in that movie, yes. But see, I was so into politics, I couldn't remember her name. Anyway, they made a Rule 22, to end the debate. But they need to have 2/3 to be able to stop a filibuster. All right. So, but that has since changed to some degree as well. They call it Rule 22 closure, which is CLOTURE. And what exactly is that? If they have 2/3 of a vote, now it's 60 members they can shut down, because there's 100 senators. There are 2 senators in each state. There are 2 in each state. The senators, if they have 60, that means they have more. So the 60 is going to outweigh the 40, of course. So you have 60. If they get 60, they can then shut it down. They can say, we got it. That's called counting the votes. Let's talk about counting the votes. Now, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she is on the House side. She is on the House. She's the House of Representatives. Speaker Nancy Pelosi is on the House side. Speaker Nancy Pelosi only puts a bill on the floor once she has already counted the votes. She uses Representative Clyburn. Clyburn is called the whip. The whip goes around and whips up votes. Don't do it, Demia. I can hear it already. The song, Let It Whip. I know that's where you're going. We're not going there today. So Clyburn goes around and he whips vote. But although the votes are whipped on the House side, the colleagues then begin to talk to the senators to see how many they can whip on that side. If they can count the votes, a filibuster does not work. And the filibuster does not work because they know the votes. Y'all following me? Hopefully y'all following me. I'm doing it as easy as I can because I'm so into it. I know what I'm saying, and I want to make sure I'm slowing down long enough to make sure you're getting it on your end. So let me know if I need to slow down anymore. I might need to do a webinar on this, y'all. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, so what is a cloture? A cloture is a procedure by which Senate can vote to place a time limit on consideration of a bill or other matter, and thereby overcome the filibuster, what I just explained. So that's what it is. So if they're counting the votes, and trust me, Senator Chuck Schumer knows how to count votes. He knows how to count them too, but nobody can beat Nancy. Nancy has been counting votes since her father was in the chamber, and she was like in high school. So she knows how to count votes. So hopefully she is teaching someone else how to count votes. So let's go back to Clyburn for a moment. Many of us were asking, and I remember Kenya and myself and Demir were on one text message on last Wednesday. We were like, who is that man with that baseball cap up there in the galley like that? Well, that was Whip Clyburn. We didn't know that. Then we want to know who that woman was too. But it has been said that he was up there whipping votes. He was up there whipping votes on Inauguration Day. He was trying to see who was coming along with them. Now, hear me. When you are whipping votes, and if y'all never watched House of Cards, y'all better watch it. House of Cards is as real as it gets. Now, it's a made-up show, but you know they got their lines, their screen lines from things that were really happening in the chamber. So you want to watch the House of Cards. You want to watch the House of Cards for real. So let me tell you, when you're whipping votes, you are promising things. There is power in that chamber. So Clyburn has power. Look, Clyburn got Joe Biden elected. Let's just call it what it is, okay? He's whipping votes. There's deals that's being made. Deals that we have no idea. There's arm deals being made. I'm just putting it on the floor here. There's arm deals being made. There's stock deals being made. There's laws being made. There's changing and all kinds of stuff with finances being made, humanitarian things with other countries, people who are wanting other things. There are deals being made. Now, no excuse for the occupant. He's a straight out criminal. There was some other stuff happening there, but he was making deals too. That's called pork. What's in the bill? How much pork is in the bill? So when he's whipping knowing what he already has in his arsenal. He knows this is what I can give up. And he's already distributing. Okay, I can give this to this person, this to this person. Oh, this person wants this. So let me get this. Oh, and trust me, they whipping up vaccines too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. Who can get vaccines first? You know they have to talk about, okay, the NBA needs some more vaccines. They need a round 2. So, okay, I can give your team some vaccines if you would give us this vote. Y'all, it is up there. The whip, yep. So the whip is the negotiator. And the whip also, I'm going to say this carefully. Y'all know this is nothing but power. There's nothing but power up in there. There's nothing but power up in there. I'll say it this way. I'm going to say it as carefully as I can. There's negotiations, but there's also, if you don't do this, and I guess that's a form of negotiation, but that's kind of cutthroat. If you don't do this, then this is going to happen. Or they'll be up there, you know, they probably smoking cigars, drinking their Hennessy, whatever, having their rum and Coke, straight up on ice, talking about. Now, you remember I saw you going to that hotel last week, right? And that wasn't your wife. I'm going to need you to vote this way. Trust me, they do that too. All right, let's just put that on the road. Yo, I'm going over time. You said, Denise said she's been a professional whip for years. Elizabeth said that's blackmail. Trust me, Elizabeth, you know they up there doing it. Sherry, are you on here from Detroit? Sherry, are you on here? Politics 101, politically savvy. So here's a quote. History shows that the Senate, can y'all tell I love this stuff? I absolutely love it. History shows that the Senate occasionally tried to invoke cloture, but usually failed to gain the necessary 2/3 vote. Okay, necessary 2/3 vote. This is still a quote. I'm reading it directly from these history books. Filibusters were specifically used to senators in southern states. I want y'all to hear this. In southern states who sought to block civil rights legislation. Yeah. They were trying to block us being free. So they were using the filibuster trying to do it, y'all. Yeah. And I wrote a whole nother paper on that, but we won't go there. Including the anti-lynching legislation. If y'all remember, the anti-lynching legislation just came up last year. Or was it earlier last year. We're in 2021. In 2020. Y'all remember that? And Rand Paul is still fighting it. Yeah, he still wants us in bondage. Until closure was invoked after a 60-day filibuster. Y'all, there was a filibuster for 60 days against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. In 1975, the Senate reduced the number of votes required for closure from 2/3 to 3/5, or 60 of the current 100 senators. Remember, 100 senators, 2 from each state. Oh, and y'all know I talked about Ted Cruz when we got started, and Ted Cruz was doing green eggs and ham. Now, he fell short of being the longest. The longest filibuster on the record goes to South Carolina Strom Thurmond, y'all know that name, right? Who filibustered for 24 hours and 18 minutes against the Civil Rights Act of 1957. So y'all, they've been wanting us in bondage for a long time. So here's the breakdown. We're at the 117th Congress right now. Y'all had me doing homework, but I was loving it yesterday. Y'all, majority party Democrats, we have 48 seats. The minority party Republicans has 50 seats. So you're probably saying, well, then how is it that Chuck Schumer's in charge? Because the 2 independent are known to go the Democrat side. I don't know why they just don't call themselves Democrats, but are known to go to that side. And the 2 that are out there, both because they both caucus with the Democrats, and I think that's very important. They both caucus with the Democrats, so they're listed as independents, but they're on the Democrat side. So this is where Madam Vice President would come in and call a vote, and if it's a 50-50, they will get it. Now, where the impeachment is dealing with right now, there's only 5 senators, and I read you the 5 senators earlier, who said they will vote that direction. Okay, they need 17. So trust me, they are already whipping up the difference to try to call for a conviction. And this starts on February the 9th. On February the 9th, the trial starts. So they have from now until February the 8th to really whip up the votes. Now, if the trial goes forward, it's a good chance they have the entire 17. If you notice that the trial comes to a halt or they're not really talking about it much anymore, that means they don't have the votes. So be paying attention to that. Let me see. Senators are not required to formally register their objection to ending debate until the cloture motion actually comes up for a vote. If Senate leaders know that at least 41 senators plan to oppose the closure motion or on a given measure of motion, they often choose not to schedule it. So notice they pushed it back already to February the 8th, now February the 9th. If they push it back again, that says they don't have the votes. They don't have it at all. Let me see what else I want to tell y'all about this. Getting around a filibuster. And these are my words, so I'll read them. Senators have 2 options when they seek to vote on a measure or motion. Most often, the majority leader or another senator seeks unanimous consent. Okay, they're seeking unanimous consent, which means that's what they call an up or down vote. They're seeking unanimous consent. So when you hear them saying, well, let's just call for an up or down vote, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a unanimous way of doing that. I just love this, y'all. Isn't this wonderful? So they're trying to see if if they're going to get a whole 100 who's going to object to it. And normally no objection is heard at all at that point. Now, could it ever be eliminated? Could this ever be eliminated? Probably not. Probably not at all. And hear me, the right benefits, when I say the right, those are the Republicans, the GOP senators, with the right gets a lot out of filibusters. The left, not so much. See, the left needs to become shrewd. See, we're all kumbaya. Let's give housing to everybody. Let's give jobs to everybody. Let's make minimum wage $25 an hour. We're those people, which that's who we are. I mean, that's just who we are. And I would not change me at all. This is why I can't run for office, because I'm not cutthroat. I'm not cutthroat. See, the Republicans are like, shoot them down. I'm already wealthy. I'm all good. The Democrats are like, oh, but I love you with the love of the Lord. And now the Republicans are supposed to be these evangelical Christians, all gun-ho and wow, Jesus saves. But their action is like, let's take their heads off. That's what they do. So it benefits the right, not so much the left. And that's the truth to this. So get this, y'all. Back to Rule 22. Now, a filibuster can change. They can eliminate it if they get rid of Rule 22. We're not getting rid of Rule 22. Nope. Rule 22, remember, that's the closure. Now, here's the catch. Ending debate on a resolution to change the Senate standing rules require a support of 2/3, which we talked about that, which means you really need bipartisanship, which right now we don't have that. We don't have that at all, if you ask me. Now, a Senate majority, and I want to read this again from a history book. A Senate majority could detonate, that's the language they use in the rule, could detonate a mini nuke. This is the language they use when they're talking about getting rid of the filibuster. Like, you talking about blowing up things? They're calling it, they could detonate a mini nuke that bans filibusters on particular motion, but otherwise leave the 60-vote rule intact, which means they still need to get 60 votes. They still need to get them. This is what's happening, y'all. So a second opinion targets the so-called bird rule. So y'all saying, well, what's a bird? That's right, Latrice. Bipartisanship is a joke. Y'all, it's almost 8 o'clock. Let me hurry up. See, I can do this right here for like a whole 3 hours. The second option targets the so-called bird rule, which features a budget reconciliation process. Well, I ain't about to do that. Because now you got the Affordable Care Act of 2010 and you got the tax cuts and job cuts of 2017, which guards against the majority. So that's not going to happen anyway. Thank you, Joy Bruton. Girl, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So bottom line, because the Senate's nonpartisan parliamentarian plays a significant role. So y'all got the whip, you got the speaker, you got the majority leader. Now, follow me, y'all. You also have the Supreme Court justice if they ever have to step in. But guess who got some serious power up in here, y'all? The parliamentarian. They can change the rules at any time. And it's like, what? So you always want to have those people in line so they can come in at the last minute, shut this down because parliamentarian rules. Remember, they got rid of them after this insurrection. They were like, you gone and you gone because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And one of them knew that what was about to happen. That's another story. That's another news. So I want to make sure I get this right. The Senate's nonpartisan parliamentarian plays a significant role in advising whether provisions complied by the bird rule. Some senators have proposed diluting the power of the bird rule, targeting the parliamentarian. That's how much power the parliamentarian has. So he or she could be sitting back. You know, they sit up in that big chair. They could be sitting back, watching it all play out. They could be on their phone doing whatever. And they can be like, no, I don't like this. Stop. That's the bird, y'all. That's the bird rule. So the bird rule can shut it down. So that's why they trying to propose to dilute the power of the parliamentarian. Y'all, there's so many pieces to this. This approach would weaken the filibuster by making it easier for the majority party to squeeze, that's the word they use, squeeze more of its priorities into a reconciliation bill, which means it will all be majority rules. That's it. I did it, y'all. I did it. It is chess. I was saying that yesterday, Dana. It is chess. It is chess moves. They're looking to see who's going to move what and how fast are they going to move it. For the win. I got to wrap this up. I can give y'all the inspirational message. For the win. Rosalind Brewer, a black woman, She was Starbucks Chief Operating Officer. She will replace the CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance, the drugstore chain confirmed in a statement Tuesday evening. Starbucks had announced Brewer's department earlier in the day, saying she was leaving at the end of February for a CEO position at an undisclosed publicly traded company. As CEO of Walgreens, listen to this, y'all, as CEO of Walgreens, Brewer will be the only Black woman leading a Fortune 500 company. Well, dang, it's about time. But we need more of us at the top. We do. So that's happening, y'all. So Rosalind Brewer for the win. Inspirational message, and I'm out of here, y'all. Inspirational message, and I'm out of here. Recognize my hand. That's what God is saying. Recognize my hand in this. In everything that you have going on, people, family, recognize God's hand in it. He's saying your work is my work, and I am able to take care of every aspect. He's saying your work is my work, and I am able to take care of every aspect of this work. So y'all recognize God's hand in everything that you're doing. Even if it doesn't look good, recognize God's hands, because his hand may be saying, I don't need you over there right now. I need you over here. So you may think you want to go one direction, but God is bringing you around another direction. He's saying, no, I need you to come this direction. So recognize God's hand in everything. Here's the scripture. I got to give it to you out of the message. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verses 17 and 20. This is out of the message. But me, he reached all the way from the sky to the sea. He pulled me out of that ocean of hate, that enemy's chaos, the void in which I was drowning. They hit me when I was down, but God stuck by me. He stood me up on a wide open field. I stood there saved, surprised, and loved. Get that, y'all. The enemies may hit you when you are drowning, when you are down, but God will always stick by you. Recognize God's hand in everything that you're doing. That scripture goes on to say, he stood me up on a wide open field. Meaning, when I read this, he stands us up on a wide open field. A field wide enough for you to make whatever decision or choice you want to make. He's standing you up. That's the first part. He stands you up. He stands me up. He stands us up. But once we have stood up, we have to make a decision when we look around in the open field, asking God, well, which way do I go? Here's what's interesting. When he stands you up on that open field, I can feel myself getting emotional. Oh God, thank you, Jesus. When God stands you up on an open field, no matter which direction you go, it doesn't matter, because God is going to stick with you and take you and lead you where you should go. You may be standing there saying, I don't know what to do. This is a wide field. I really can't see the end. And God is saying, that's a good place for you. I don't want you to see your destination. I want you to do the work. I want you to flow in the gifting that I have given you. There's a wide open field out there for all of us. We have to make the decision that once God stands us up, even when people have knocked us down, when we have been at our lowest point, when we stand up and we can see the salvation of the Lord, and he gives us this long, wide open field all the way around us, all we have to do is start moving forward. That's all we have to do. Y'all, all we have to do is start moving forward. Put one foot in front of the other by faith, not by sight. It's not about seeing the open field. It's about having faith enough to walk in what you believe God is calling you to do. Hear me. There aren't really many mistakes. I used to think, man, that's a mistake. And then we carry around guilt and shame due to a mistake that we believe we made. We're like, well, God, this is a mistake. Oh, and we get so tied up in that guilt and shame with that mistake. No, that was not necessarily a mistake. Mind shift, mind shift, mind shift. We have to shift the mindset. It wasn't a mistake. It was preparing us to do and to go the next place, the next mile, the next career, the next business, the next whatever that is. That mistake that we call them is where God takes that piece of broken clay and begins to smooth out all the rough edges. He's like, sister, daughter, son, brother, it's not a mistake. I needed you to fall here. Jesus, I needed you to fall right here so that I could pick you up and remind you who is the one directing your path and who is the one controlling these steps. He's like, I needed you to fall here. So let me say this, y'all. We need to stop catching our children. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard. We need to stop catching our siblings. I know that's hard. We need to stop catching them and let them fall. Because when they fall, and that's going to be a very difficult thing to do, but when they fall, that's when Jesus comes in and scoops them up and says, I needed you to fall right here because I needed you to bring you back. I needed to redirect you back into what I have for you in this season. All right, y'all. I'm done. Bless you. Listen, next week we will start, February the 1st, whatever day that is, we will be starting our Black History Month. I want to promote Black products, owners of Black businesses, whatever your title is, whatever your business is. If you are a Black owner, if you are a Black designer, we want to promote. But yeah, it's going to cost you something, but we want to highlight this and promote it. So if you want to, say, you know what, News in Motion, I like what she's doing. I would love her to share some of my products or my business. Email us. You can email me at info, that's INFO, Gail Dudley, that's GAIL, D as in David, U, D as in David, LEY at gmail.com. So info, Gail Dudley at gmail.com. Let's say, hey, can I get the information on what it will take for you to promote my products during Black History Month? We will send you the information for that. Hopefully many of you will sign on and want to be a part of it. Yes, there is a fee involved, but it's not crazy. So we're just going to be helping, each other out. So let me know. Until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley. Today is Wednesday, January the 27th, 2021. Ooh, that's hard to say. 2021. Y'all, wear your mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands. But God willing, I will be here tomorrow on Thursday at 7:25 a.m. Eastern. You have a great day. Peace out, everybody. Mwah. Love you.